So good evening, it's Saturday night, it's NXTGEN. That means one thing, it's our weekly Clio Cup in association with Max Coates Racing. So this week we're taking the little Clios all the way to America, to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, using the road course. Of course, it's not the full oval track. So we'll see how these cars fare on American soil. So the hobby is just setting up. And the race should start pretty soon. So a few of the regulars back this week. A few of them couldn't make it last week due to illness and things like that, and real life getting in the way. So a few of the regulars back this week. A few of them couldn't make it last week. Let's see how it all goes on. As always, get involved with the chat and stuff as well. We do have some of the drivers in the chat with us on YouTube as well. So if you are watching, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And do obviously subscribe. So Heavy Cloud, 20 laps for the race there as well. I think it's 15 minutes for qualifying. So cars just leaving out of the pit. Huge pit this. You don't want to be getting a penalty. GR Taylor in the Nick Hamilton painted Clio. That's a long line of Clios leaving pit row. And GR Curly back this week again. Couldn't make it last week due to sickness. He'll be wanting to put on a good show tonight. Feels he didn't get the best out of the car in race one. Reminds me a lot of Rockingham, this circuit. So we'll see how the little Clios fare to it. Few names to watch tonight as well. Lugobi, last week's winner. Of course, RCF Polo, so definitely one to watch tonight. He's, making a good name for himself. He's had a good show the last two races. Oh, holds the car there as well. That was someone in the grass. That was either RS Jim or NGR Curly. It's hard to find. There it is. It was NGR Curly on the grass there. Not the best way to get your heat in the tyres. But exceptional race last week with Scooby. I think that was Amiga that was just there on the grass. But exceptional racing last week, so these guys will definitely want that to continue onto this week as well. So that's the outlaps completed now. Exceptionally long straight for these cars. And it's heavy braking into the corner. So we'll go on board with RCF with this. We'll bring up his speedo as well. So we'll see how he does with the lap. A little bit of traffic in front, but nothing too bad. Same, we've got Cam who's still in the pits there at the moment. Should be coming out. Oh, two-wheel action from the car in front there. I'm not too sure who that is. Oh, a little bit of the dirt pulling him in slightly there. This should make for some very, very close Clio Cup racing. I think that might have been Greener Army who was going off there with the lap time invalidated coming up just as he went off. But yeah, this track should make for some very, very good Clio Cup racing. So we've got Ayatel at the moment, who's the only one to put in a time. Saying that, here come the times now. NGR Taylor taking the top spot at the moment with 1:42.1. NGR Amiga just behind him. Blue Gobi slots into third place there now as well. Lee W07 taking the 5th spot at this moment in time. Edu has now taken the top spot. I feel we'll see some name changes happening quite regularly now. There's RS Jim taking 3rd spot. NGR Curly is taken 8th. Oh, he's not. NGR Martin has just pushed him down now into 9th. There's a lot of name swapping going on just at this moment in time. But Edu taking the top spot with just under the 1:40 mark. So I expect we'll see that time drop very slightly before the end of qualifying. So just under 15 minutes to go. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of changes happening at the top of the table. Still a few guys that still have to put times in. Tim, that'll be why he hasn't put a time in yet. Marshall, Greener Army, RCF, who surprisingly hasn't put a time in yet. I'm sure he will before the end of it. Getting as close to the wall as he can there. No, I think this might be a bug with director mode. It's saying that he's not put a time in. Same for Cam. We'll see if it changes. Maybe they have had lap times discounted. And Amiga has now taken the top spot there as well. Slightly faster than Edu. I think that was NGR Martin there in the blue. Just trying to find names on the table. Oh, 2 wheels there from Greener Army. Slightly loosens up the car, makes it slightly unstable. Is he able to hold this? He's able to stop it from spinning, but that gets out the way there of Amigas. He blasts down the track. Very lucky not to make contact there. RS Jim has now taken the top spot. So top 3 within the 139s. I think we'll see it drop into the 138s by the end of the qualifying session. You can see names changing all over the shop at the moment. So we'll just bring up the timings board there. So a few names that we'd expect to see sort of towards the top. RCF has now put a lap time in as well. He's moved up to 3rd. But Blue Gobi, I imagine we'll see him move up towards the top as well. Not forgetting Cam. He's still to put a lap in. It says he's only done 1 lap at the moment there as well. A few of the others, Tim and Mad Marshall, seem to be struggling putting a lap time down at the moment. Edu's managed to get himself back in 2nd. So that's pushed RCF down to 4th. Nicely controlling that Clio Cup through there. That's not so... Oh, maybe there's a little bit of lag there. I thought he was going to go off, but following the track, so... If you do see two guys driving in the same livery, that means they are teammates. So I know RSGEN and NGR Curly, if we can find him. Let's Scooby, I imagine we'll see him move up a little bit as well. NGR Curly, who's currently the last of the people putting in the times at the moment, but we've got Tim and Mad Marshall who still have yet to put qualifying time in. But NGR Curly, teammates with RSGEN, so be pleased that his teammate is doing so well, but I think he'll be a little bit upset with his position at the moment. I think we'll see him improve though. Just over 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session now, this round 3 of our Max Coates Clio Cup. He still in second. No, nothing really between the top 3 at the moment. Omega's in the pits for some reason though. Not sure why he's pitted. See, RCF in 4th is not a million miles away from that provisional pole spot either. Still yet to break into the 1:38 mark. And that's Cam, who has now taken the top spot, who has broken into the 1:38. That's Cam. Matt Jordan run exceptionally well. Greener Army, his teammate, so he'll be very pleased with his teammate's performance at the moment, but it is just at the moment. RCF has now taken second spot, just outside the 1:38, but not a million miles away from Cam. And we've still got Amiga, who's now leaving the pits. Maybe he had to go for a toilet break or something. But very, very close at the top at the moment. It's now the top 5 that are within a second of each other. I should say within half a second of each other there actually. Got NGR Taylor, who's just missing out on the 1:39s at the moment. This is definitely a bit more of a split up qualifying than it has been over the previous 2 rounds. Yeah, maybe some that are maybe not used to the track. It's obviously a brand new track to Project Cars 2, so some people may be unfamiliar with it. I think that's NGR Curly that was off in the grass there. Tim has now managed to put in a time. It's still putting him last out of the people that have put in time, and we've still got Mad Marshall, who's still yet to actually put in a time at all. But yeah, NGR Curly, seen him in the grass a couple of times tonight. Heavy cloud weather setting that at least. Oh, that's RCF. He's not able to hold that one. He goes straight back to the pits to try again. GL Taylor in the pits. We've got Ayatal, who's also in the pits. Oh, that's Cam, who's just sitting off at the moment. mean, he was out of danger anyway, but maybe he had a message come through, he was answering that. There's no point going back to the pits and just sacrificing the lap that you're on. You might as well just pull over in a safe place. Timer is ticking down. Last thing you want is to have to do another out lap. So Mr. There go Neckelman. So let's see where he is on there. So currently running 14th. And everyone now has put times in. So Tim and NGR Curley, the bottom two. Neckelman just outside the Mad Marshall. So struggling there, but he'll be pleased with that. He managed to jump up quite a few places there. So Neckelman, yeah, a few people on YouTube saying they expect him to do slightly better. You know, qualifying is one thing. He's, you know, he can show good performance in the races there as well. But at the moment he'll have a little bit of a job to do. Not sure if that lap that he just did there will be discounted. Just had a new top spot there. Edu has picked it from him at the moment from Cam. So we'll see Cam pushing hard now. Throwing that little Clio around the corners as fast as he can. It's now the top 6 that are within a second. So Blue Gobia did, oh, two-wheel action there. He gets it back under control though. I don't think that's going to give him a top time, but at least it hasn't threw him out too much where he can just keep it going. Oh, Blue Gobia really pushing quite hard. Pushing very hard there. He's gone back to the pits. Airtel still in the pits there as well. He does show good promise in the races, Airtel. Someone mentioned on YouTube there. Scott McFall. Yeah, I think he's one of them that will, you know, Airtel, we haven't seen fully what he can do yet. He's definitely one that can apply pressure and keep things going. So I think he just needs to get a lucky break in some of his races. Edu is leaving the pits though again, going back out on track. Time is running out now for these guys to do what needs to be done, but there's not a lot in it. Cam's really looking like he does want this. Well, I think that might discount his lap there. He might have just taken a little bit too much liberty on the track limits. Did appear to me that all wheels went off the track, but I think he's going to have time for 2 more laps. So still just the top 6 within a second of each other. I'll tell you this, I think he's staying in the pits. Don't think he'll be coming out again. Scooby, he was involved in some of the great battles last week with Amiga and Cam. Not a bad place to be starting. I expect that maybe after 2-3 laps we'll see sort of the splits in the field start to rise, where you'll have the top lads racing, then you'll have the mid pack and then the back packs. So yeah, 3 to 4 laps I think is when we'll see that. It is quite a tight and twisty infield part of track, but quite a few nice long straights as well. I mean, it's wide enough for 3, 4 Clio Cup side by side on this track at some part, so should see some really good side by side racing from tonight's Next Gen Clio Cup. NXTGEN has moved into second, and that is pretty much bang on with Edu's time there as well. Edu will be seeing NXTGEN's name pop up on second, and unfortunately Edu, that is definitely not gonna get your lap protected. We've still got, you know, if things still could change. I mean, these guys pitted in here, they're not going to be able to do much. Scooby could upset a few people here. Does he move up? No, stays where he is. Did we see a change there, NXTGEN? Move to the top and then Edu taking it out, corner bin. No, NXTGEN has taking the top spot there. Edu looking a little bit unsettled. I think that has knocked his concentration. Cam will be watching this from the pits with great interest. So just need to make head and tail of who can still put in time. Scooby can still upset a few names here. But after that, NXTGEN, it's only the top 5 now within a second of each other. I'll stick with Scooby and see if he can move up the table. So don't forget, tonight after our Clio Cup race at 10 o'clock is our L&T touring cars. I'll be racing in that, so that'll be streamed from my driving perspective. There's no chat or anything, just the race from my view. So if you want some touring car action, stick with us after this. So comes Scooby down the straight. Will he be able to move up? He improves on his time, but unfortunately not enough to make any changes. Here comes Edu. Is he going to be able to? No, it looks like he's pulling over. RCF is pulling up there as well. Mad Marshall, I think that's the AI just driving slow there as well. Greener Army. So it looks like he's the only one that could maybe upset a few people here. Nope, stays where he is. So well done to GM. As usual, takes his time, and just at the end gets that all important pole for that bonus point. Looks the energy big rigs there. So well done. So NXTGEN kept it going right until the end. So we just wait for the race to start. So we are syncing, just wait for the lights to count us in. And it's go. That looks a very slow start by NXTGEN there as well. Cam's moved up to second, so he's had a good start. Cam's now in first place. Edu's in second. NXTGEN has been pushed down to third. RCF down to fifth, but Cam getting the best start of all of them there. Side by side with Edu. Everyone seems to have made it through, I think. I'm not too sure. I think someone was off there. There goes Green Arame off into the ground. Oh, that's connected. Oh dear, a bit messy at the back there. But Cam, the NXTGEN, and Amiga's moved up to 4th there as well. Everyone battles for their position on the opening lap. There is 20 laps to go in here, so there's no need to be so pushy. Just take your time, apply the pressure, let them on. This cars sweep through the infield part of the circuit, Indianapolis. NXTGEN sneaks through the inside there. Lovely move to get slightly ahead of Edu, going on to the oval part of the track and then back onto the infield. Amiga there thinks of having a look. It's not able to do anything though. Edu making it hard for Jim to get past. There's RCF in the blue and the black on the outside there. And he's got Blue Gobi just behind him there as well. So top 6 battling out for first at the moment. And JR Martin has a stream of little Clio Cups coming up behind him there as well. RCF thinks about attacking. That's the brake heavy there as well, doesn't pay off for him. Loses a bit of time on Amiga for that there as well. NXTGEN playing his cool game here. He won't be happy with the start that he had. Getting these little Clios off the line sometimes, it's not the easiest of things to do. Races can be won or lost with a good start. That's someone in the dirt over there, just in the distance. I think we've seen... Oh, that's Amiga there. Unfortunately, he's just off camera shot, but he's losing a lot of places there now. He comes back out on track. That's the slot back into 9th place, so loses a lot of time. Airtel will be pleased with that. Slowly making progress up the field. RCF 2 wheels there, Blue Gobi. And Edu just behind him. And JR Martin coming up to this fight as well. It's all about sticking with the guy in front. Just trying to almost trace the line that he's on. RCF moving out. I think trying to get them to follow him. They're just going to hold their line. RCF taking the defensive move there. Side by side with Blue Gobi, but Blue Gobi's now going to have the inside. Edu's going to try and sneak through here as well. Oh, that's Blue Gobi, unfortunately, making a bit of a mess there. He goes off into the gravel. He's going to lose a few places here. It's down to 6th. That must have felt like an eternity for him to get back on, and now he's got the likes of Airtel, Amiga, and Lee W07. So that mistake will have cost him dearly. And GR Taylor there. He's making good headway. It's got NGR Martin, and that's RCF there, really battling out with Edu at the moment. So the circuit proving to be catching a few of the drivers out tonight. Edu not budging, holding his line well. I thought RCF might have been able to get something out of that there. Edu just got 2 wheels on the dirt. NXTGEN and Cam now side by side. Cam's just got the edge here. He's definitely going to hold it for this first corner. Jim had a nice drive through, had a bit more momentum coming out the corner, but unfortunately couldn't make it stick, couldn't capitalise on it. And we've got RCF in third. Looks like he had a little bit of distance between him and fourth at the moment. But these two at the front, Cam and RS Jim, slightly pulling away from the field. It won't be long before they catch up, I feel, though. Oh, two wheels there from Jim. Doesn't affect it too much, though. He's able to get it under control before he loses too much traction. Because he has lost out a little bit. It's put a little bit of space between him and Cam. He'll be able to pull that back, though. Jim's very good when he needs to concentrate and get his head down. Oh, Cam looked like he was a bit slow going through that corner. Jim looked a bit more on the throttle. It's a battle here with Edu and RCF. It's got NGR Martin just coming up just behind him there as well. So we'll be very closely watching these two battle it out. And as these two do, it's playing into his hand. And you can see there in the background you've got NGR Martin, Blue Gobi, and then Ayatel. And Neckerman in 10th there at the moment. So Amiga, who unfortunately had that off moment before. Blue Gobi, NGR Taylor here. Blue Gobi in the white, NGR Taylor in the monster. I think he's going to make a move as he made it stick. Had to be heavy on the brakes there. Slight lock up from Blue Gobi, but I think he has managed to do him. He has. Taylor will be absolutely kicking himself there. Left the door open a little bit on him. It was a bit too late in reacting to it. Here we're back with the top battle for third at the moment. So we've got RCF is just out in front of them, but Edu and Martin not too far. There we can see Blue Gobi, Taylor who's just behind them there as well. Ayatel was just in the distance, so you know positions can change. It just takes one mistake, and these guys are pretty close together and be able to certainly take advantage of it. Got Taylor who is now bringing the fight to Blue Gobi. A huge lock up there from Blue Gobi. But Taylor's not able to really catch up an awful lot to him. There's a lot of smoke coming from the wheels of Blue Gobi here, so he's obviously pushing, braking very hard and late into the corners. He's obviously trying to get as much speed as he can. It does seem to be paying off for him. Tell. We've got Lee W's got NGR Scooby, so Scooby down in 11th at the moment. Lights flashing from Neckerman there. Not sure what that's about, but these guys very close together. Neckerman moving very close to Scooby there. Very good on the brakes. There's lights flashing from Neckerman. Not sure what the lights are flashing for. That's Lee W going off there as well. He is flashing his lights, so he's trying to communicate something to the guys. Oh dear, that's very, very turned in, and that's good. And Joe Curley manages to avoid anything there. But he just seemed to turn in on the guy that was to the left of him. He's flashing his lights. Not sure why he's flashing his lights. I'll just watch this a little bit longer. So he's got a guy to the left of him. He's lock up there as well. So the light flashing from Neckerman seems to have stopped. We'll catch up with these guys as well. Cam and Jim still fighting it out for first and second. Cam doing very well to hold off the attack of RS Jim for so many laps. And these two have slightly pulled away from NGR Martin now as well. So the field is starting to spread out a little bit. We'll stay with this battle for first. So on board with RS Jim now as he piles on the pressure to Cam. Nice lines through this section of the track by Jim and Cam there. See Jim a lot more relaxed in his turning there, just glides it across. Cam a little bit more snappy in the way he was turning. All two wheels, that makes the car very unstable. Jim does well to avoid any contact. Jim just can't find a way past through this twisty section of the track. Cam's very lucky to still be in that first spot there. Well driven by Jim. You see RCF really bringing it to Edu as well. Lock up. I thought he was going to lose it there, but no, both kept it going. Oh, sideways there, gets a little touch on Edu, backs off just to let him carry on in that third spot. That's our fair racing rules at play there. You see the two glorious battles happening there. That's Jim and Cam. And Cam's still able to stay in front of him. And this is where it's shown that it's been very tricky for Jim to get in front. Dab of the brakes, get the car settled under control. See Cam has slightly better drive coming out of the chicane there, pulling very slightly away from Jim. Jim late, very late on the brakes there, misses his braking point. And that's really allowed Edu to catch up, and he's got RCF just behind him there as well. That's not what Jim wanted to happen. Oh, I think that's a bit of lag. I've never seen a car do that before. But Jim will be absolutely kicking himself. Cam have a little breath now. Just take a breath, get a moment, and just compose himself. Just do what he's done for the last few laps. But we're still just coming up to the halfway point of this race. Cam will definitely be wishing it was lap 19 of 20 and not lap 9. RCF going very out to the wall there. Thinks about it now, goes back in. Tries to get a nice slipstream off Edu coming down the straight. as they enter again for the 10th time the infield part of the circuit. I think we do have a little bit of a connection problem for RCF tonight on director mode. And Joe Martin's having a nice drive tonight. It's been a little bit lonely for him where he is at the moment, but he's still got these guys in view, so it's not over for him by a long shot. Just watching Amiga now. He's got NGR Taylor just in front of him. Amiga having that little moment. Gets past Martin very easy there. Moves up to 7th. I think this was around the part where he lost out to Blue Gobi before Martin, so not as confident on that section of the track as some of the other drivers, it seems. That's Blue Gobi. Very lonely for him at the moment. That's Edu is now well up on Jim, and they've caught back up to Cam as well. That's a man waving a green flag. Not sure why it wants to show us that so much. Look, Cam's got a little Clio to his left, a little Clio to his right. Edu has moved into 2nd. RCF is right on the arse of Jim as well. Let's go on board with Edu. Sadly can't see the mirror to show us behind. Stay on board with RCF, actually have a nice view of the guys in front. Oh, is that a little bit of a... I think he missed his braking point slightly there. I think we have got a little bit of lag from RCF as well, so it's a little bit jittery. Hopefully this will just be on direct mode. Hopefully it won't be affecting the guys too much. He's got an awesome drive coming out of the corner there. Has to swing left hard to miss Jim. Seems to have a very good run. He's very good at his cornering, this lad. And this is only his 3rd race. Clips the wall there, but I think that might be due to lag. There's him giving him just enough room, but making it difficult for him where there wasn't really enough room to pass as they all move close up to the wall. That's Jim getting slightly wide there as well. RCF may be able to take advantage of this here. Very close there. Avoids any contact. And now we've got Edu who's really bringing it to Cam at the moment. And all the while, down there in 5th, NGR Martin can see all this happening. I truly think that if anything happens to these guys, he'll be the one laughing all the way to the bank. A little line of Clio cars snaking through the infield section there. Bumper to bumper, pretty much effing in it. RCF has now taken 3rd. Is he going to be able to challenge for 2nd as well? As they go 3 wide into the straight. Oh, that's contact there. Oh dear. It's bound to happen though. 3 wide. Going into that infield. Unfortunately that has put a little bit of a gap between those 3 guys now. But Edu has managed to take 1st from Cam. Cam is now back in 1st. So swapping places. Land There's Edu. I don't know if that was due to the incident going to the infield, whether Edu's just backed off due to the fair play racing rules. I thought he might have been the cause of that incident, so just to be fair, he's backed off, let them through. And even though you sacrifice, you can lose a lot of time by doing it. It just keeps the racing fair. And that's what we like to see at NXTGEN. We do like to see, we like to see close racing. We like to see it, compact, but we want to see fair racing as well. So I think that's what Edu's happened there. I mean, he got all the way up to first, and then he's dropped down to third. So that's the only explanation that I can give that, really. Jim was running really well. He might feel a little bit hard done by. I think what happened is RCF maybe bounced off Edu into him. But he's still in this. He's still bringing the fight to them. I think Cam will be very relieved. See if there's any other battles going on. So we've got Mad Marshall and Nackerman, who's dropped down to 13th. Nackerman trying to get past Mad Marshall here. He's got NGR Curly just behind him there as well. I'm not sure where NGR Scooby is. Let's try and find him. So he's in 10th. He's not had a good race this week, unfortunately. And just back at the top now, so we've got RCF in second, Edu in third, and RSGM in fourth. And they are moving forward and getting ever so close to the cam again. This is still a four-way battle for first, and it is far from over at the moment. Oh, that's Jim getting on two wheels on the grass there. Oh, that's Edu going out very wide. RS Jim's going to be able to capitalise. Is NGR Martin going to be able to do anything from this? No, these guys have pulled quite away from him. So Cam now has to do the defensive driving from RCF. Huge lock up from the wheels of Cam there as he brakes hard. It's one thing catching up to someone, but this track has proven it not the easiest to take over, especially the infield section. I think all Cam needs to do now is just keep his head down, just hold his lines. I think RCF may think, no, I thought RCF may try and do him there. Oh, Cam, is he going to be able to stay in front? He does. He is able to hold it. Cam very lucky to keep that place there. Well, that's now allowed these three to close back up. All four of these want that first place. Cam's just got 4.5 laps to hold on. And that is easier than said than done. And RS Jim here could make a move. Side by side with RCF coming down the home straight. He hasn't got the speed to get down the side of him. Is he going to think about a late move here? Oh, we do getting very pushy to get through there, though. All fair is in love and war, but I mean, it's hard to see from the angle that we looked at there, but Edo, I think he saw an opportunity, saw a gap, he went for it. So he may have just left the door open just a little bit, but Cam will see this fight going on behind him, hoping that hopefully these three will start battling out again and allow him to just concentrate and pull away just a little bit again. Here's Jim. Is Jim going to try and pull the move here, try and pull the dummy? Is he going to go for the switch on him here? Oh no! Jim trying to get his car going. And there's NGR Martin. I did say that if something did happen, he would capitalise on it. And there's Blue Gobi coming into shot there as well. I think what happened is he just clipped the back of Edu's car. Back end just come out on him. And then that threw him into the wall. He'd be absolutely good about that. Blue Gobi now may have a chance to make an attack on him here as well. So it was 4 and now it's 3. Edu's going to be able to... I thought he was going to get past. RCF went on 2 wheels there. As the curbs threw the car up. RCF is bringing this fight to Cam again. And Cam is still holding on. I think Edu's just going to be sneaky. He's going to hold back. I think when RCF goes to make the move and Cam goes to defend, I think he's going to go through. Cam, nice defensive lines through the corners there. Cam showing really good defensive driving tonight through this infield part of the track. Little dab of the brakes just to get the car stable. RCF now side by side with him. RCF now in front. And Edu's just behind him. I think Edu's going to try the move here. Cam forced out wide. Bringing the fight now back to RCF. I think Cam's now going to get back in front here. But RCF, no, still out in front. I think Edu's going to try and do it him here as well. Cam's still holding his ground. And that's allowed RCF to pull away very slightly. RCF looking very quick through these corners tonight. Seeing the distance there as well. NGR Martin, RS Jim and Blue Gobi. Cam will be kicking himself. He's held on for so long. And on lap 17 of 20, unfortunately, the defence just caved in. And RCF did find his way past, and now Edu's got past as well. All he's got to do is just keep his head down, bring the fight to them now. And let's see how good their defensive driving is. Cam will be absolutely kicking himself here though. Oh, a little touch there with Cam and Edu. Cam now back into second. Now he's got to bring the fight to RCF. Easier said than done. I think a lot of the drivers will be looking at that lap counter, thanking that this race is over. It's not been the best race for some of them. RSGM will be absolutely devastated. See RCF snaking left and right. Edu just holding the left line there. Lights flashing. Heavy lock up there from Cam. try and stay off the dirt. The last thing you want on these little cars now is to get dirt on the tyres. As soon as the back end comes out on these, it can be quite a tricky one to get under control, as you saw with Jim before. Each driver holding the line there. RCF starts in to take the racing line through the corner. On board with Edu now as he tries to apply the pressure to Cam, but we're seeing how well Cam defends around this part of the track. Cam and RCF pulling slightly just away there. Oh, Cam on two wheels. Cam looks like he could do it. Cam probably senses that he's got this in him. He feels that he may be able to take it. He's trying to get a nice slipstream off RCF. Edu's just holding the line here. He's just thinking, if these two touch, I can just get through cleanly. There's a back marker just up ahead. Oh, Cam does an excellent move to get in front there as well. And Edu's going to be able to capitalise on this. Is he? RCF still out in second. Oh, makes contact. That's RCF and Edu that are in the dirt. And that's RS Jim and NGR Martin, who I said just will play it cool. If something happens, he'll be able to capitalise on it. I did think maybe at one point that he was too far back, but I did call it. And he'll be very pleased with that. And Blue Gobi's in fourth. So very, very close. RCF and Edu touched. Fortunately took them both of themselves into the dirt. And they've both lost out there. Blue Gobi will be very pleased with that as well. And on the last lap of the race, we've got a battle for second. If would you believe it, NGR Martin and RS Jim. RS Jim, oh, again, just looked like slightly touched the back of NGR Martin. Made the car very unstable. Is Jim able to get back going? So stays in fourth. And now, amazingly, the top three are Cam, Martin and Blue Gobi. And fourth now, a fight with RS Jim and RCF. As they approach the home straight, RCF allows Edu through, whether that's for the contact he made just before on that infield section. There's Amiga, who finished in seventh, but well done to Cam. It was an exceptional drive by him. He defended lap after lap, and then just at the end, the contact between Edu and RCF let him go away, and allowed NGR Martin, who's pretty much had a pretty lonely race, allowed him to get second, so he'll be very, very pleased with that. Blue Gobi as well. So we haven't seen much of them from the race. Let's have a look at the timings there and see where it is. So we had Cam first, NGR Martin second, Blue Gobi third, RS Jim fourth, Edu fifth, RCF sixth, Amiga seventh, NGR Taylor eighth, Airtel ninth, Scooby, yeah, I think he'll be a little bit gutted with that result, in 10th, EW in 11th, NGR Mad Marshall 12th, Curly 13th, Neckerman 14th, Greener Army 15th, and NGR Tim in 16th. So it still says these guys are racing at the moment. So they are just coming to cross the line now. So there's the last one to cross the line. Well, definitely some talking points there. We'll have to see if anyone brings anything to the stewards there, but I don't think there was any intentional or bad driving as such going on. It's just very close. You know, hopefully people have used the spotter option. Well, that brings our round 3 of our Max Coates Clio Cup to an end. And then in 30 minutes, it's the L&T touring cars. Which is actually from Long Beach, so an all-American theme to our touring car weekend. Our tourers weekend, I should say. But stay with us, so about 10 o'clock we'll be on air then. Again, from my perspective, driving. Well, thank you very much for watching. We are back next Saturday, 8:30, for round 4 of the Clio Cup. Catch you all soon.